Well, welcome everybody to the show. This is our first episode of Special Needs. It's not necessarily what you think, and today's guest is Jenny Rollins from Rolling Blind with Jenjen. How you doing, Jenny?
Hi.
Hey.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome to the show, the first ever.
Oh, thank you.
Exactly.
I'm honored. I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Well, we appreciate you for coming, and as always, my co-host Whistler,
Ding ding.
he's hanging in with us. So
I was
hopefully
about to say that.
Yeah, right.
I swear to God, I was about to say ding, 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 ding.
Hey, it's all good, Jenny. We're all learning at the same time, sweetie. So anyway, a little quick premise about what this show is about. We're basically doing away with the per se stigmatism behind the term special needs. I mean, society has created this terminology to, in essence, group people with disabilities or whatever in one group, when in actuality, we all have special needs. So, and I always like to say, we all have special needs. What's yours? So now we're going to get into what Jenny has for special needs. So, you ready, Jenny?
I knew something was wrong. I think she can't hear us.
Okay. Well, we're going to give her a minute to try to figure it out here. Well, I got my phone.
Sorry.
Muted.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Hello?
Okay. Well, can you hear us?
Jeez.
We can hear you, Jenny. Can you hear us? She ain't answering.
There always seems to be some technical issue.
I mean, I don't understand, but
It was working just fine.
yeah, until we go live. Well, modern technology ain't all that is cut out to be.
So she's in the backstage, so you have to let her back in.
Okay, let me.
Wait, but we can hear her though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jenny, can you hear us? She's there, so her mic is it doesn't.
Whoops. I'll write her a message really quick.
I don't know. Jenny, can you hear us yet? Because we can certainly hear you, sweetie. At least we hear Pebbles.
What the fuck?
I don't know. So, well, while we're waiting on her to figure it out, like I said, I got my phone muted, Whistler, so if she gets on the messenger thing, you probably better to help her out than me anyway. So anyway, I don't even know that we got anybody down here listening to us. Let me see.
Nothing in the chat yet.
Nobody yet? Okay. Well, on one hand, that's good.
Well, I got my special need right now. Big cup of coffee in my Star Wars cup.
That's right. Well, and I guess I got one of mine. I just drink a bunch of water, so ah, try to keep that handy all at all times. Even got me a fresh bottle for when this one runs out. So, uh, okay. Yeah. Well, again, I just get into a little bit more about what the show is about while we're waiting on Jenny. Again, like I said, it's about the stigmatism behind the term special needs. I mean, I truly believe that anything that is a must in your life that you feel you just gotta have, gotta do, it's a special need. And like I said, the range is, like I said, anything from your diet, your exercise, what you require in your partner, what you require from your partner, maybe your sexual preference, maybe it's also your fetishes, all the above, and again, it's more about trying to again do away with the stigmatism, but at the same time show, that we probably got more in common than we don't. So,
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it's just like I said, and I just think it makes an interesting topic, and some for give us something to talk about here, and you know, you know, connect with others. Who knows? You might run up on somebody that, like they told, sucked away the same way you do.
Yeah. Speaking of connections, let's see if her connection is working.
She back? I don't hear
Yeah.
her no more. Jenny?
She's in the backstage. You have to add to stream.
Okay, let me go up. I don't see her here.
Hmm.
Okay, there's me. Okay, there's you. Well, now it says add to screen, so
There you
gotta
go.
be her. That you, Jenny?
Ah,
That's
sorry.
quite all right, sweetie.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, she couldn't. I had the door open, but it was stuck. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm back.
Well, thank you for making it back. We just filled the air with some more commentary about what the channel's about. So anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and jump right into it. So let's start with your diet, Jenny. I mean, you got any special needs in there?
Diet. I like to eat healthy. I have to eat healthy because I try to stay away from things that are bad for arthritis. So I eat a lot of fruit and vegetables. Um, I try not to eat a lot of carbs. I'd be as big as a house if I did. But As in dietary needs, no. I don't have. I try to be healthy, but I don't have any special needs to have to stay healthy. Apart from the fact that I try to keep my body as pure as possible. I do have one special need though. I have to have chocolate. I mean, Whistler knows this. My body is 90% coffee and 10% chocolate. So
Well, and they both got caffeine in them, so
I have to have
There
it
you
like
go.
that. I mean, that seriously is if I don't have it, if I have to fast for a blood test and I can't have coffee in the morning, I'll have a headache.
Good old
So,
caffeine withdrawals.
uh huh, yep.
uh,
So that is a definite. I mean, actually, yeah, it is a very special necessity for
well, I'm
me.
just sitting there thinking I would starve at your house because I don't eat any fruit or vegetables.
I know we did have a conversation about that before. I love fruit and veggies.
No, so well, I guess we'll move on to the next one. Let's say exercise, workouts or whatever.
Yeah, I do exercise every day, and I have a physio who has taught me how to do things. So I have really bad balance, and he's teaching me to strengthen my whole. And I have rheumatoid arthritis as well. So my special needs in that regard is I must keep my bones, muscles very strong. Because before I started him with my physio, I was in pain like 24/7. Um, and lately, after the last few months, for me to have to say to someone, hmm, when was the last time I was in pain? If I have to think about it, then I know it's working. So he's got me on a specific program to strengthen my whole body. So my bones around, sorry, the muscles around my joints, which are affected with rheumatoid, stay strong. And I don't remember the last time I was in as much pain as I used to be. I get the occasional back pain, but I'll always have that. But this regime specifically tailored to me, because I have to keep strong, and I pretty much exercise between 5 to 6 days a week. Plus, I walk pebbles as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and then if I remember you saying that you're able to do most of that within your grounds.
Yeah. So my husband bought me the elliptical, and that's in one spot that doesn't move. And then the gym set up as well. Like I have the gym, home gym, um, and I have like my specific weights that I have on there. Um, and again, my special needs are that my husband doesn't move anything that I'm using. He can't move anything that I've used because if he does, I'll be swinging upside down instead of right way up. And the weights as well, like they're in sort of succession, so they don't move from where they should be. And the exercise bike, which he did move the other day, didn't tell me, but that's supposed to stay in the one spot,
Well, I
which he
think that's
moved.
almost like a common thing amongst us
Hmm.
blind folks.
Yep.
Don't
Yeah, for
move my
sure.
stuff. Leave my stuff where you find it.
Yep.
All that good stuff.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep. That's a common one. Yep.
Yeah. So okay. I don't know. You got a category, Whistler.
Let's see. Diet, exercise. How about friendships?
I only have one special need with that. Respect me because, like my whole life, um, I was never like a very popular girl at school. But when I started, growing up and having a job, and especially in this one job that I had, even like all my jobs, I'm always a people pleaser. I always used to have to like make sure everybody around me was happy and, you know, don't worry about how I'm feeling, just as long as you're happy. And I had that through my whole life. And my last job, I did that too, because it was kind of like the first place where everyone kind of went, they treated me normal and treated me like a person and an actual friend. But I gave and gave, and, people take advantage of that. And I learnt from that, and I'm like, no, 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 no. If you're not gonna, I mean, I don't expect you. I don't expect to get back, but I just expect like I expect just a bit of respect and common courtesy towards me. So I kind of backed off that a little bit. I'm like, no, you know what? I'm giving all this stuff. I don't expect anything back, but you're taking advantage now. So I'm like, no, now I
Right.
don't. I still put in the effort. I'll always put in the effort. But if I think it's going to hurt me, or if I think that, you know what, I'm putting in, and I have to be selfish sometimes. I've learnt that I have to be a little bit selfish without being disrespectful. Um, you know, because I give so much and I don't get any it's hard to say without feeling like, oh, I need credit, but
Yeah.
if you don't even give me anything um back, why should I keep doing this? And the more I used to do it, I'd get hurt. Like I would literally get hurt and hurt for days about it.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? No, I don't. And this is only probably in the last, like, maybe 5 years, 6 years. But I stopped. I had to stop because my heart was hurting so much. And I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to be a good person. And if you don't want to give back, don't. But if you don't even want to put in effort or time, that's a different story. So I had to protect myself. Like I had to protect my heart. And, because I was going through enough already. And that made it like magnified my depression even worse. So when I started pulling away, I'm like, yeah, okay, this is better because, like I said, I had enough to deal with, and I couldn't keep doing that to myself because
Yeah.
it wasn't fair on me. And again, I was getting hurt over and over again.
Do you find that your blindness has any effect on what you see as one of your special needs? Does it come into play at all?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was just actually going to branch out with that with the exercise because I wasn't sure if exercising was the walking part of it. That was a little bit different, but especially like this is a big thing I need, like a big special need that I need. So over here, the rule of thumb is when you're walking along a track or wherever you're walking, the rule of thumb is stay to the left. Okay, so everybody stays to the left and the opposite direction goes on the right of you. Well, I'm right-handed and I use my cane on my right hand. Um, it is really hard for me to trail on the left side. I've tried it and it feels really weird, and I kind of get disorientated, especially when I'm trying to organize pebbles as well. With pebbles, with a dog, most of you know that they sniff a lot. So when they're on grass, they'll sniff. And if she's on my left, she'll constantly be distracted because she'll have all these smells and like bend down. And a lot of the times, if she bends down out of nowhere, I think I'm falling because she doesn't normally. And I'm like, when her head goes down, I'm like this. I'm thinking I'm falling down a ditch because I think she's going down. So to avoid that, I always go to the right. Like I'm always trailing the grass on my right hand side. And 9 times out of 10, I'll say 9.5 times out of 10, people are amazing. They're all like, every time someone goes past, thank you so much. And they're all like, no worries, no worries, have a good day. So that is a must for me. I have to trail on the right. And people are really, really, oh, hello, Pebbles. People, sit down, stop licking me. I'm getting mauled. People are very courteous. And most people understand, like especially even little kids. They just stop or go around me. And, so that for me is a must. Well, it's not a must. I can learn, but it's very difficult. And especially with arthritis, I have to be so comfortable with my wrist because it gets sore as it is. So,
Right. Right.
so
Right.
that's a big, big special need for me. For me, trailing on the right hand side is big, and like I said, most people are really like really amazing. Not really, no one's really sort of said to us, "Oh, get out of my way." No, they're always
Right.
really
Right.
understanding. So yeah, that's a huge thing for me, which is like one of the biggest ones I was going to talk about because yeah, trail to the right. Sorry, can't do it to the left. But blindness comes like, sorry, Whistler, what you're saying? Yeah, it does. It really does. Like, I don't want to go back to the stigma of it, Ed, like we said.
Right.
But for
Right.
me, like you just said before, put my stuff back where you left it. Don't leave anything in the sink. All that stuff that we
Yeah.
all have.
Don't leave cupboards open or the dishwasher open.
Oh my
Jesus.
God. Bang. Yeah.
Right. I mean, and here again, I mean, there's many special needs that come along with our quote unquote disability,
Hmm.
but anyway, I want to welcome Starlet. She's in the chat.
Welcome,
So
welcome.
hello to
Hello.
everybody.
Thanks for
You
coming
know,
in.
so yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Exercise. I mean, and I'm the same way, Jenny. I trail to the right.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, it is even harder to trail to the left. I mean, I only do it when I have to.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
taught that way too. At least that's
Hmm.
how my O&M instructor and
Yep.
guide dog instructors taught us. Is
Yes.
when all else fails, trail to the right.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
you
Exactly.
don't want to be wandering in the street.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
So,
It's
so
exactly right. So, but yeah, so that's a big one. Learning, and again, people are just very, very, very courteous and understanding. And Pebbles, can you not eat my fingers?
well,
That's
not
Pebbles'
necessarily
special
here in
needs.
Mexico.
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
in here in America, people ain't really all that courteous.
Oh, yeah.
It's rare. It is rare,
Really?
but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Over
I've had
here. Yeah.
I mean, I have people like I'm at the train station and I'm walking down the platform, and I mean I always bounce off of the tactile strip right at
Hmm.
the edge of the platform,
Hmm.
and people will hear me coming, and then I bump into them or hit them with my cane or whatever, and now they got an attitude, But
Yeah.
wait a
Oh,
minute,
wow.
wait a minute.
If I hear someone not moving out of the way, I'll make sure I've got a nice firm grip on my cane and give their
There you
shin a
go.
little hello.
There you go.
I mean it's just so, but I mean it's crazy, and so well, let's take this another one. How about in relationship with your partner, your husband?
Um, he's adapted to me now. I taught him well.
As only
Um,
women can do.
yeah. Well, I mean, my husband's amazing. Like he's super, super supportive and did a complete 180 when I lost my vision. Um, I again, it goes back to my blindness, but I mean, we he always leaves me to do stuff on my own, and he goes, I know how independent you are. I'm like, well, I'm independent, but maybe if you can stop me walking into the couch, that might help. He goes, oh, sorry, I didn't see you. I'm like, well, I didn't see me either, so can you? He's just kind of like he's a male. He does like he just zones out. But we just have special. I think we've been together like almost 20 years, and I've been
Uh,
blind for 12. Oh gosh, almost. Oh my Lord and Savior, it's coming up to 10. No, yeah, 10 years this year. Wow, wow, I'm not a newbie anymore. Um, he's 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 pretty got it down pat. He knows what the score is. Um, he's very he's a very big introvert. So
I think that's the one thing that comes down to us as blind people as well is to, right in the beginning from the get go, make sure your needs are known, like what you want or what you will ask for and that sort of thing.
you know what? See, that's there you go right there. So you just opened up an answer to what I missed. Like I actually missed. Emotional needs are huge
exactly.
for me because I feel like if you can let me do things my own way because I understand that I'm independent. I am independent to a certain degree. There are things I still need help with.
Like skydiving.
Do you need any help for that? Out you go. Oh my gosh, that was the best. But so with that, it's nice to kind of have, like it's nice to kind of have a bit of support without asking for it. Um, my husband's amazing. He's truly amazing, but he's a bloke. Sorry, but he's a bloke. But sometimes you just need a little bit extra, um, emotionally, um, without the physical part of it. Like, I don't need you to get this for me or that for me. It's just a little bit of emotional support if I'm having a kind of a shitty day. And that's important. Emotional support is so important. I think it's actually, well, it is for me, it's 100 times more important than physical. So, skydiving, well, there was a special need for me then. They had to teach me different. You know, they had to teach me how to do things differently. I couldn't just like, open the door and out I go. So that was like, I had to learn different from there. They taught me how to do things a little bit differently. So, but I managed it. I got my legs over that bar and out I went.
It'd be
Face
kind of
forward,
funny,
I
like
swear.
you get up there and they're like, "Well, we've never actually jumped with a blind person, but good luck. You'll figure it out on the way down."
I know, right?
So
I know.
you
Push
did
you
a
out.
tandem jump, Jenny, or you jumped by yourself?
Oh, geez, no, I wouldn't jump on myself.
Okay.
No, it always has to be tandem, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, tandem.
First
tandem first
1,000
jump.
hours or something, isn't it? Or 1,000.
Yeah, I think
something
so.
crazy.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I
in part.
remember back in the day as well. After some of that, you also had to do what they called the static line,
Oh
where,
boy.
where you
Yeah.
jump out and it was like the old paratrooper movies where they had your ripcord is hooked to the plane. So once you get so far away from the plane, it automatically pulls your ripcord.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm a part of a couple of skydiving groups, and I was telling them my story, and I'm learning a lot about them too. Like everyone's getting their certificates and how many jumps and twists and turns and zip linings and all. Oh my goodness gracious me, it's a lot to learn. Not that I'll ever do it, but it's funny because as soon as I did my jump, they said, "Welcome to the Australian Parachute Federation." I'm like, "Oh, look at me! I'm part of a federation." Now, if you're interested in becoming a skydiver by yourself or an instructor, I'm like, "Yeah, sign me up!" I thought it was hilarious. I felt privileged, but I thought this is funny. It must just be a mass email that goes out. But I'm like, "Look at this, babe! I could become an instructor."
Okay.
Oh, I laughed my head off. It was funny.
All right. Well, emotional. I mean, let's go to physical things with your husband. I'm digging. So
We're
Well,
getting into the stuff that everybody wants to know.
yeah.
oh, you mean Husaki? What are you talking about? Are we talking about?
Well, I mean, as deep as you're willing to go. I mean, it's just a
Like,
matter of
some people like to cuddle a lot, and some people aren't the cuddling type.
I like to cuddle. I mean, I love to be close to people. I love cuddling. That's not the be all and end all. But for me, emotional support for me, or even physical, like physical for me isn't as big as, like I said, emotional. And when I say emotional needs, I'm not just talking about my blindness. I'm talking about every single thing. Like when I'm in pain, and I used to be in pain quite a lot. I know the thing is, everything does, like a lot of my stuff does come to my blindness, because before I went blind, I was just dependent on no one. So when I lost my vision, all of it, I was reliant on someone for something at some point, and still are. So, but for me, I'm very I'm a very strong person, because when I say I'm physically strong, because I exercise, I have to do that. And there's two reasons: is A, from arthritis, and B, because this dog weighs 500 kilos and I need to control her. She's huge. She's like a big teddy bear. So she's the strongest dog we've ever had, you see, and I'm not used to that. So if I'm going to be training her, and when she goes to do her test to pass to become my service dog, I have to be in control. I have to be showing that I'm in control, and she's a very strong dog. So I have to, my needs for that, I have to be strong physically to do that. But it's emotional support that I need more than anything. Like I need to be able just to rely on someone, especially obviously my husband, because he's here with me all the time, just to kind of go, "Listen, I'm going through this." But he's not a great communicator, meaning he doesn't like to talk a lot. But he's always been like that, and that's fine. No, well, yeah, that's right. You're right. Yeah,
A lot of men don't have communication skills,
yeah,
So,
yeah, and it's hard. But like I said, I have a massive, massive, amazing support base. Support community, my family and all that. I have a lot of people to rely on. Um,
Do you
so
find your special needs change with different groups of people?
um,
Like expectations of your family versus friends?
no, no, I don't, because my group of family, my group of friends are very, like, they're on a very close line with each other.
Hmm.
Because I choose to surround myself with those people, because I haven't got time to deal with people that are going to be fleeting
Yeah.
or in and out, or yeah, we'll support you and see ya, and you hear nothing about it. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
I tend to um, levitate towards people that are supporting me in the way I need to be supported, because I support them the way they need to be supported.
Yeah. Makes sense.
yeah, I
Yeah.
found that when I lost my vision, I found out who my true friends were.
Oh yeah.
You know,
It's
Yes.
funny you guys say that, and I've heard that a lot. Um, I I didn't really notice a big difference, funny enough. But then again, um, I mean, I lost touch with a lot of people that I used to work with, but I'm still in touch with them on Facebook, and they still ask. They don't actually ask how I am, but they never did. So I never really noticed a big difference. Um, but I just choose to associate myself with the people that I know understand and have supported me and helped me in the past, because we all know you waste your time on people that just don't do anything at all. Like I said, I go back to I get hurt, so I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I don't need it. It's a waste of my time. um and I've got nothing to give you. If you don't want to give me anything back, as in, I don't mean, it's hard to, it is hard to say without giving back, but like I said, I don't mean like presents, gifts, things like that. No, I'm just talking about, give me what I give you at least.
Yeah.
Show that you're putting in a bit of an effort. If you don't, well, I don't have time for you. Sorry.
And I
I've
think,
got better things to do.
yeah, I mean, I think as grown folks, I think most of us are, of the mind that we treat people the way we want to be treated,
Yeah, that's
And
exactly how I portray myself. I really do. Like, I put a lot out on Facebook. I get a lot. I get the same group of people commenting, and showing the support, and they're the ones that that are, they're your supporters. They're there, and I try to give back as well.
right. And myself, I tend to put people in different categories. So,
Yeah.
I mean, my close friends, yada yada, and then there's associates,
Yep. Absolutely.
and then it's just, other than that, it's just, okay, that's just somebody I know. I really don't mess with them.
Mm.
So, but
Yep.
okay, well, I'm just throwing stuff out there. I mean, I'm staying with your husband, Jenny. So
Hmm.
bear with me, sweetie. I mean,
Hmm.
is there any kind of, like, romantic requirements or anything like that?
No, not really. I've seen it all before, so I don't really know. We don't see
Uh,
with our eyes; we see with our hands.
well, this is true. I mean,
So, yeah,
but it's always, I mean, here again, it's sometimes it's about the action. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're going out. We're going to have a nice romantic dinner, or he's bringing you flowers all the time, or something like that.
what are flowers? If he brings me flowers, he's done something wrong. Seriously.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear Almighty! When was the last time I got flowers? Yeah, I don't remember. I think my mum gave me some flowers once. No,
Okay.
he's not. He don't. No, no, he's not a romantic person. But that's fine. He's romantic in other ways, like buying me an iPad, or buying me a brand new phone, or buying me a GoPro. He's a toy. He loves toys, so he gives me he always gives me things that he knows are going to make my life easier. That's what he does. Like
That's a big deal.
when, yeah, well, remember when we
I
got
mean,
the
it's
audio
being very
interface?
considerate.
Oh, he always is. Remember when I got the audio interface with, remember with D when you, yeah, well, I couldn't use it, could I, without this new GoPro, no, not GoPro, iPad, sorry, 12 Pro, so I went and bought me one. Well, no, it doesn't work with the old iPad, you have to have this. So I went and bought it for me to make it easier, and then the GoPro to make it easier to film for YouTube,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. He makes it easier for me. He's always, yeah, he always thinks ahead as to what's going to make it easier for me. So, in that regard, yeah, he's 100%.
Yeah, I mean that's a big plus. I mean, just knowing that
Yep.
you got somebody that's going to be considerate of your needs, you know.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yeah.
okay,
Exactly. He knows there are certain things that I need to make life easier. And again, yes, it, even it's not even about my like just blindness. It's about both of my things that I have wrong. Like he got me the elliptical because he knew that it's less work on your joints, and it is.
Yeah.
So he got me that. You know, um, whatever can make my life easier is what he tries to do, and he does it with toys and presents. Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'll move on from him. I can't find nothing special there. uh, one thing I know you like to do. How about in your singing and stuff like that? Because I know you like to sing.
I do like to sing. I love to sing. That's my biggest passion. Singing for me is so um, I guess a special need I have with that is I have to listen to a song over and over and over again because I tend to mimic. I have to listen to every note, like every single note. Um, and I have to listen to it obviously over and over again because I can't read the words on the screen if I was to do it karaoke style. So I have to listen to a song over and over, but I also have to listen to the melody because I need to know when to come in, when to not. So mine is, unless I've known a song for years, I'll spend, like a friend of mine asked me to do a song, and I probably spent about 3 months trying to do it because it wasn't easy, and it was kind of like not rapping, but it was what's his name? I can't remember the name. Anyway, but it was a song with like spoke pretty quickly in it. Craig David. It was Craig David 7 Days. So, and I had to learn that very slowly because I have to listen and listen and listen, and I have to listen to the music, and then I kind of like start, stop, and I can record a song 10 times before I even like leave one that's right.
Right.
So for me, it's listening. It's all about listening, and but I've always been like that though. Like vision or no vision, I've always listened to the music. That's how I tend to get the song right. And I'll know if I can sing a song or not, just by listening to it once. And then I'm thinking, because my husband will say, "You can do that." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I can't." "Yeah, sure you could." I'm like, "I tried." I'm like, "Well, yeah, maybe I can," but I have to. But I've always, no matter what, like even when someone's singing on stage, I always listen so carefully. I love music that much. I have to listen, even if it's just singing, like listening to lyrics, just watching music channels. I'm always intrigued, and I really listen in depth because that's how I get to, get my singing out of it and my recording out of it. If that makes sense.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, Whistler, you got anything else or?
Not along those lines, but just want to say hey to Danny Mac in the chat.
Hey,
Hey,
Danny,
Danny.
welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Well, let me see if I can come up with any special routines or anything. That you just.
Wake up, coffee, muffin,
You have a muffin
then
every day.
every day. Oh, it depends. Muffin, cookie, chocolate. I, my routine is I get up at 3 a.m. every morning, because that's what time Zane gets up. 3 a.m. every morning. Make coffee. First things first. Coffee and muffin, or coffee and cookie. And then I'll finish my coffee. Then I'll have another coffee. Then I'll have another. But about three or four or three coffees. Then I do gym. Then after gym, I get ready to either go for a walk or do washing, um, cooking, all that sort of stuff. Another thing with me is when I do the washing, something I need to focus on. It's a weird thing. Again, whatever with my eyes, but I know what I've hung up on the line, and then when I've put everything away, I'm like I'm missing something, and I actually know what I'm missing because I like remember everything I've hung up. If I'm missing like a shirt, I'm like, no, I hung that shirt up today. Where is it? Must have fallen on the ground. I always have to like memorize what I've hung up on the line, so I know what I'm bringing in and
Yeah, I
what's
find that
missing.
happens a lot, especially since I lost my sight. Is that no matter what I touch, I've memorized it and its location,
Yep.
and it's just like
Right.
second nature. It just is.
And
Right.
it's
Right.
funny, like it was like with you, Ed, when you were saying how we're categorized as people with disabilities. Um, Even though we are, like I was just thinking about this before and also during the show. Um, Even though we have like when I'm answering a question, I'm trying to answer it different out of the box, but it's hard to for me because a lot of my special needs come because I'm blind, but it's not just because like I know it's a different category. I'm blind, yep, but a lot of my special needs come as a subcategory off that, and from arthritis as well. So it's still part of that stigmatism that the world tells you are, but a lot of the special needs, if it makes sense, still come off that
Oh
because I
yeah.
wouldn't have a lot of them if I wasn't blind or if I didn't have rheumatoid. But
Makes
it's
sense.
yeah, but it's still it's it's a hard. It's like I'm trying to find the line, but yeah, we all have special needs. I get that, and unfortunately, mine, to be boring for you guys, is a lot from my vision, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, and here again, I mean, like me and Whistle discussed this. There's going to be a lot of special needs that arrive due to our disability. Whether it's our blindness or maybe somebody in a wheelchair, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, just in an effort to keep digging a little bit. I mean, do you have any special needs in per se the places you go, activities you do, stuff like that?
Um. Yeah. So, well, when I'm shopping, like when I go shopping, say when I'm paying for something, or actually, no, let me tell you this: when I get my blood tests, when I get my bloods done, the lady, the phlebotomist there, knows me all too well, and she said she's she puts up the piece of paper and she just puts it down where my pen is. She goes, sign, paper up, paper down, sign. We have this routine where she just lifts the paper up, moves it, and then down again where I have to sign next, and then moves it up and then pushes it down. Okay, initial there, and we're done. Um, yeah, I'm a bit boring because, like I said, a lot of mine do go back to that. Because I think because I've had eyesight before, I've adapted really well, and I kind of just keep doing stuff like I always did it. Um, it's hard to explain that. Yeah. No, I don't think.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, in here again, I mean, I think most of us, especially us in the blind community, anyway. I mean, yeah, we still do a lot of the same things we used to
Mm,
do. It's just maybe we might have to put a new little twist on the way we do it. You
yeah.
know,
Yep.
I mean, like you're talking about, when you hang stuff out on the line. I mean, I don't I mean, I don't do that. I throw it in my dryer, but at the same time, I know when I pull my clothes out of the dryer and I go to fold them, I go, wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
I
I'm so.
had, you know, 3 or 4 pairs of socks in that load.
Yep.
Well, I'm missing a sock,
Yep. I'm like that with
Uh,
my dryer as well. Same thing.
like you say, I just know. Wait a minute, I know I had this in there because as you say, you're putting your hands on it when you put it in the washer. Okay,
Yep.
well, I want to make sure everything comes out the same way in the dryer. So
I count my socks. I count my socks. I count my undies. I count my bras. I'm like, because they're the little things. I'm like,
yeah.
right, I had that many. I'm like, okay, yep. Right, missing three. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
What did
And I
the
know which
dog
ones
get a
I'm
hold
missing.
of today?
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. I can't even put my clothes basket on the floor. Less than 2 seconds. She's like, she just waits for me to drop something. Or if my basket's on the floor, she goes, what can I grab today? And off she goes.
Well, maybe you can work that into the training routine, and instead of running off with it, she'll bring it to you.
Oh my gosh. She only does it with me. She's only a little turd basket when she's with me. Like if I'm vacuuming, she'll she'll grab the hose like she's killing a snake. Doesn't do that with
Right.
anybody else, just me. Grabs the end of it and she's like, oh my gosh, she's trying to kill a hose.
She wants to bring you a treat to show her appreciation.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, like, I. I'm going to keep losing part of my hose, so I had to just cut a bit off the other day because she punctured like 15,000 holes in it.
Mm.
She's a little turd, but she's a cute little
Okay.
turd.
Starla says, "Do you have any special needs with your cooking and cleaning?"
Cooking and cleaning, yes. So with my cleaning, I have a specific routine, and I've always done this too. When I mop, my house is really, 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 really big, so I mop in 4 sections. So I know I've covered every part of my house. With cooking, I do a lot in the microwave. I do a lot in the microwave, but um, yeah, I'm a bit scared to cook on the stove myself. So the only thing I'll do on the stove is like boil eggs or boil potatoes or boil pasta, but that's a big pot, see, can't overflow. Um, but most of my stuff's in the microwave because I'm too scared to cook on the stove. I mean, I cook in the oven, and I have my long mitts so I don't burn my arms when I'm filling around in there, just so I don't get burnt.
Now, I mean, I'm kind of the opposite with that. I find I work better with like I don't know. I guess it's the old school little square oven pads. I
Yeah,
mean, I want to feel that heat. I want to know where that heat is.
yeah,
I mean, and I mean myself. I mean, I don't do a lot of cooking, but I do. Still cook on the stove.
yeah.
So it
Well,
just
my
depend on.
husband's not fussy at all with food,
Oh
and
wow.
he cooks a lot of his stuff on the barbecue now. So,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yep.
Uh, Danny Mac says he's looking for a special lady to take care of his special needs. Okay, so well, I mean, did we cover them all, Jenny, or did you have something you had planned to tell us and we didn't cover that one?
Let me think. Um, they were my main ones. Really, the biggest one that I've had is obviously walking pebbles. It's such a big thing for me. Um, and like even um with her, what's it called? I've got her. I don't just have a normal lead. I have one that's wrapped around my waist. So if she ever did, like if she ever tried to take off, she couldn't.
Right.
So because
Or just drags you behind her.
yeah, that or it's the water. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I have to have that. It can be dangerous, but at the same time, it's much easier for me because if she took off, well, bye bye pebbles.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully she never does a lunge thing where she jerks you real hard, and that would mess with your back a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's a risk, but I mean, like I said, the alternative is like, I mean, not that I go anywhere without someone. Oh, that's another thing too. I can't go out anywhere on my own. Like, it's not because of my vision. I don't like being by myself. If I'm out shopping, coffee, especially when I'm out having coffee, I do not like going on my own. And that's always been me, like vision or no vision. I've
Okay.
always liked to be with people. So that's why when they said to me, "Oh, would you like to get a guide dog?" I'm like, "Well, not really, because even if I were to get a guide dog, I still don't want to go anywhere on my own. To get to places, yeah, but I've got a taxi for that. I don't need a guide dog to get me there. But a lot of people do have a guide dog if they go to work or things like that. But for me, I like to be with people all the
Right.
time. So
Yeah.
I've never really been interested in a guide dog because there you go. A special need of mine is I have to be with someone when I'm out having coffee. Otherwise, it's boring. Like for me, I'd rather not go at all. You know.
I mean, it is, I mean, it's, like you say, sitting in a coffee shop, bar, whatever. It's no fun when you're sitting there by yourself.
No, but a
Yeah.
lot of people do. A lot of people go and like have a coffee or whatever. But for me, you know, I just don't want that. I love company and I love to be out um, in the sun.
A
And
Right.
social butterfly.
that'd be me. A social skydiving butterfly. There we go.
Okay, okay. Well,
The next thing I want to do is get a tattoo. That's my next bucket list this year.
okay.
Yep. And I have
So
a
what do you?
special need for that. I got to be drunk.
Uh,
So what do you want to get? You
I
haven't
want to
figured
get a
that out yet.
tiger. No, I
Okay.
want to get a tiger. It's my favorite animal. And I want to get one on my, I don't know, probably the right shoulder. Basically, just the tiger's body on my shoulder, um, underneath my shoulder, and then having his face and his two front paws, like he's climbing over my shoulder and peeking over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of cool.
Yep. Well, that's my favorite animal. So I've always wanted that. Um, I've always wanted that, and I've never been. I just never got one. I don't care about pain. Gosh, we've all been through pain. We know what it's like. It doesn't bother me. So
Well,
that's my next bucket list, and also to come to the US.
we'll
Bucket
see
list
what
number
you
three.
say. We'll see what you say after they start running that needle over your shoulder blade.
Oh, bugger that. I've had needles in my eyeballs, so I'm good.
Well, yeah, I have too, but
Hmm.
I also had cocaine eye drops in my eye before they stuck them in there.
Oh well, you know what? I didn't. I had a glaucoma operation. I had to have an injection in my eye every day for 2 weeks, and I don't think it was
Oh
any
my
anesthetic because
goodness.
I felt the damn thing. Look left. Well, all right then.
Uh,
I'll look left, and here it comes from the right.
well, well, I mean, back when I had it done, I mean, I still had some vision, so I didn't feel it, but I definitely seen them needles when they,
Oh
came into
wow,
my
yeah,
field of vision within my eyes. So,
yep, yep.
okay, well, I mean, anything else, sweetie?
I don't think so. I hope it was an okay to start to the show. Like it probably wasn't what you were thinking, but I mean, it was definitely special needs off what I've need. What I don't know. I hope it was okay. I hope what I said was okay. Oh, hello, Pebbles.
Well, I mean, here again, there's still a lot of things in there that sighted people can relate to.
Hmm.
I mean, and that's kind of what the whole gist of it. Just showing that we have more in common than we don't. You know, I mean, yeah, at being disabled in our case, blind does add a special twist to it, but it's still there's certain things we got to do. I mean, let's go back to the laundry. Where we're, as Whistler say, when we touch something, we're throwing it in the machine, we automatically, okay, we're creating a checklist in our head. Okay, 2 pairs of pants, 3 pairs of socks, whatever, you
Hmm.
know. And even sighted people, when they come out of the dryer, okay, wait a minute, I know I put whatever in here. Where's the other at? So I mean, we do it with touch. They do it with sight. That's the only difference. So,
Yep.
uh, I don't know. I guess that might be about it. You got anything else you want to add, Whistler? Or
no, that's good.
Well, I hope I didn't disappoint. I felt like I
Oh
wasn't really.
no,
Yeah.
oh no,
Yeah.
no, never,
No, it's good. It's good.
never that, Jenny. I mean, and
It was
again, we
okay.
appreciate you for coming on and being our first guest on our show.
Yes.
You
Well,
know,
like I said, it's a great concept, and I mean, I pretty much said the main things I wanted to say was, my special need is definitely walking pebbles because that is a huge goal for me. She needs a certain amount of hours, just like a driver's test, really.
Yeah.
She needs a certain amount of hours before she can become certified, and that means that I can take her anywhere I want, without them saying yes or no. Like at the moment, I take her quite a few places, but some people can always turn around and go, "Nah, sorry, we need certification," which is fine. So this is a huge thing for me. Like, working, and my trainer is working with me. Like, you know, I have a special need to have a really amazing, dedicated and patient trainer because I am her first blind client. I asked her that. I said, "Have you ever had anyone?" She said, "No, you're my first one." And she's a natural. And again, I need that because she's the professional, and she's gonna be the one to get her certified. So, or what did
I'm
Danny
sorry.
say? I bet you're laughing at Danny.
Yes, I am. I mean, he said, "Yeah, I think I'll keep my special need in my pants." But he also said, he wants to be outside. Like you said, as well as he's got a tiger running through water
Oh
tattoo.
wow.
You know,
That's pretty cool. But hang on a second. You wanted a special lady taking care of your special needs, and you might not be able to keep it in your pants for long if you find that
Yeah.
special lady. Hang on.
hey,
Oh, hang on a
uh,
minute. This show is R rated.
well, we are
Your
adults, and
audiences.
I'm not necessarily worried about all that other stuff. So I can't really be that way, especially with this kind of show, because you never know what a person might say.
Right.
But
Hey, everybody has special needs. It could be anything, so be prepared.
Yeah. Yep.
exactly, be prepared for it. So anyway, we do have your link in the description, Jenny, for your channel. Everybody, please like, subscribe, go over there to her and do all that. Same with my co-host here, Whistler. Here's all his stuff is there for those of you that are don't know him. He does a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff.
A lot of good
I
stuff.
mean, he does so much stuff. I can't even mention it all right now. So, but please run over to his channel. Subscribe to him and hit the notification stuff. And of course, hopefully you'll take mine and give me a few more subscribers. I'm trying to build it up a little bit. Not for the money, just for the viewership. That's what I'm trying to do. So,
Oh yeah, same.
Got a message to share.
that's it. Just trying to, do something different, do something new, and all that kind of good stuff. So,
Yeah.
I think that'll be it. I mean, you got anything final words for us, Jenny? Or
Well, just thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. And like I said, this world is just there's too many categories. We all fit into one. We don't have
exactly,
to. We don't have to be labeled. To be honest, I mean, a lot of blind people can do a hell of a lot more than sighted people can. A lot of people who can't hear can do a heck of a lot more than people who. We all have special needs, special talents that the other doesn't. Why can't we all just be one? We don't need labels. We just don't need labels because you have labels, then you get minorities, then you get war, conflict, confrontation. The world is going to the shithole, excuse my French. We don't need anything on top of it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No
You
doubt.
know.
no
Yep.
doubt.
Let's just be who we want to be and leave. Like if you don't like it, scroll on.
Right. You
Exactly.
know,
Just don't label. There you go. Just
right.
don't label.
Bottom line, do you and let other people do themselves. You
There
know,
you go. That's perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
you know, that's it. So, Whistler, you got anything you want to throw out there, buddy? We'll talk about
No,
just
that's.
you might want to throw your shows out for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I can do that. Tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Pacific time, I'll be having Mary Church on, who's a Braille historian and advocate. So that'll be an exciting show. She's really passionate about Braille and Braille literacy, so that'll be a good one. And then, of course, 8-ish p.m.
Ish.
Ish.
ish
Ish.
p.m. The Starlet Show on her channel, youtube.com/Starlet Soul. You can check that out. We always have fun on those shows.
You should change the title to 8ish. Oh, when we rock up, we rock up. But we'll be there.
Yep.
I think at one time it was something kind of like that, but it's a good show. I always have a lot of fun with that show, and anyway, I just want to thank for those that join us, Danny, Max, Starlet. For those of you that catch it later on, again, please go through the description and reach out and subscribe to the rest of the folks on here that you haven't. And man, I mean, as Whistler says, you know, love is blind, keep it blind. And my little thing is, you know what, if you can't keep it real, please keep it to yourself. All right. So anyway, thank you everybody for showing up, and we'll
Thanks,
see
boys.
you on the next episode.
Thanks, boys.